So we are here today, Creative Movements, with my mentor, Dr. Sandra Poirier.
This was a certificate I got this, past, I think it was in May, I went to Rome.
Well, you just traveled all year.
So
You was as equally as busy as me this year.
Yes, I really enjoyed this conference. I met people from all over, down in Mexico, where they're working on trying to end a lot of food insecurity. You know, a lot of children, mothers that are pregnant, aren't healthy, so they don't give birth to healthy babies. And then those babies aren't fed properly, so it's a cycle that just continues.
Mm-hmm.
I started my career as an educator, graduating from Florida State University after, completing my high school down in Central Florida. And since that time, I've had a wonderful career. I have worked for a number of public service agencies, starting with the University of Arizona Cooperative Extension Service. I have moved and worked for Alberta Agriculture in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, for over 10 years as a youth development specialist, working in the community and educating some of the staff with materials that were created in my department. From there, I moved back down to Florida, where I worked for the University of Florida Extension Service down in Broward County, Florida. I was a program leader and managed a staff working in the community in very targeted areas. After that, I was very fortunate to be offered a position in the Arabian Peninsula, where I worked for 3 years, educating females at a government university in Dubai. And then I came back after 3 years and took a position here at MTSU in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
What do you think the percentage of women are in higher positions in your field now?
You know, when I graduated from high school, there were only a few things women were really going to major in. One was a secretary. You could be a teacher, or you could also be a dental hygienist. And those were and a nurse. Those were the only 4 occupations that a female was going to be hired and to be able to work continuously in that field. So I was molded into becoming a teacher. And in family and consumer sciences, it's generally has been a predominantly female-dominated profession.
Do you feel that that's what persuaded you to go into that field? Were you interested in any other field if you had that opportunity?
That's a good question. At the time, I was very interested in the field. The reason I liked that field was that not only could I use it as a career, but I could also use the information at home. We have more women graduating, and we have more with a bachelor's degree. When I worked in the Middle East, there were more women getting their 4-year degrees than men, and yet they were still, not at the same income level as a male that had no bachelor's degree. So women in many different countries around the world are uniting, I think. They're working together. They are realizing that they need to have a voice in the community, a powerful voice, a voice that is, has got facts and without a lot of emotion, and that they are making a difference. If you look at our election that we just had, we've got more females being elected into our House of Representatives than at any other time in the history of this country. So change does not happen overnight. It takes time. But I do feel that it is time, and women are rising to the occasion to move into leadership roles more frequently than in the past. And there is significant even pressure on some of these bigger companies to hire more women into management roles.
Why do you believe that the U.S. Does not offer paid leave to women after giving birth like most countries?
The U.S. Is behind in many respects in that area. The women that need paid leave, if they are given paid leave, many times they don't come back to their original positions. In some of these countries, the leave is maybe a year, and so they don't have as many people in their countries, those countries that do give the paid leave for a year. Even a lot of them give paid leave for a male, the father. But this country, because we are so task-oriented, a lot of it is our cultural focus. We're very task-oriented, and there's generally businesses are not set up to give individuals lengthy paid leave, maybe for 6 weeks. That, I believe, is more commonplace now, but certainly not beyond 6 weeks or 3 months for sure.
You're still expanding your horizon. You're not just limiting yourself to this profession. Like when the last time we spoke, you had another country sending over some papers for you to grade. And so why is it so important for you to actively show interest in women in your workforce?
I have been, like I said earlier, I've been blessed with having some wonderful opportunities throughout my life, working with many diverse populations. And I find that, yes, we have differences in our different cultural groups, but basically, we're all the same. And that it's my passion to, to continue to learn, to grow, and to be a part of my students' lives, and to learn from them, and to also have them learn from me, because I have traveled, I have worked with some different groups in other countries, and I have always enjoyed it, and I've always benefited. It's made me a better person. I'm able to feel like I can understand people better, and I have been able to make a difference in their lives.